Well, hello and good evening, my dear viewers. This is Brainiac with another video, Plasmids. Plasmids are a special type of structure found in the bacterial cells of the kingdom Monera. And this plasmid was introduced to you previously in my video, Introduction to Kingdom Monera. If you haven't still not seen that video, you can still see that video. The link is in my description box. And also this video is brought to you by Learning Mind Zone. And those who want to learn their channel or sing hello fluently, they can subscribe to this channel and lay their first milestones journey of learning the second language or your first language fluently. So without any further delays, let us go into our video, plasmids. Okay, as I said before, in today's video we're going to talk about plasmids. Now if you consider a body of a bacteria, this is a plasmid. The plasmid, as I said before, is an extra chromosomal DNA. And now extra chromosomal DNA means now all the bacteria have a nucleoid. In our cells we have a nucleus, but in their cells, since their nucleus is not in a well developed state, their nucleus is known as a nucleoid. So instead of that genome, there is an extra genetic material, the extra chromosomal material known as plasmid. The plasmid is an extra chromosomal DNA not included in the genetic material or the genome material. So the first time the plasmid was observed in 1952, and two people observed this, Hayes and Lederberg. These names are not important to remember, and sometimes the year you have to mention you have to memorize the year, and the year where the plasmid was found is 1952 and by Hayes and Lederberg. And the next important fact about a plasmid is that they replicate independent of the nucleoid. Now if you see a nucleoid or a typical nucleus, for it to replicate, this process known as cell division should occur. The process of cellular division even occurs in bacterial cells and it helps the nucleoid to divide. But this plasmid, which is an extra chromosomal DNA, does not need a cellular division process to replicate itself. Therefore, the process of replication in a plasmid is always independent. It does not depend on the cellular division for replication. Sometimes these plasmids, which I have shown here, they associate and work with the nucleoid with equal benefits. And in these scenarios, the plasmid is known as a episome. Episomes are plasmids which do not go and join with the nucleoid, but they work with the nucleoid and they associate with the nucleoid in various related processes. That's why they are known as episomes. But sometimes there are traits in plasmids which are not useful for the cell, their entire cell. That means the plasmid in that bacterial cell is quite useless for that bacterial cell. Those types of plasmids are known as cryptic plasmids. Also, these plasmids are used in daily life in genetic engineering purposes. Now, there are some scenarios in genetic engineering where genes should be transferred from one organism to another. Therefore, for that purpose, they use these plasmids which are found in bacterial cells. Therefore, these plasmids are also known as transfer plasmids. The reason to get the name transform plasmids is that they help in transfer of genetic material one organism to another in the process of genetic engineering. So this proves that the plasmid can be even helpful to humans. Next we are going to talk about the types of plasmids. So next we are going to talk about the types of plasmids. There are three types of plasmids that are present until now. That is the F plasmid, R plasmid, and the COL plasmid. That's the cold plasmid. The F plasmid, as you remember the first video when I introduced to Kingdom Monera. In Kingdom Monera, we were focused on an F factor, which is present in some plasmids. The F factor is known also as the fertility factor, and the fertility factor helps us to, helps the bacteria to attract recipient bacteria for replication or conjugation. And this F factor or fertility factor is not present in every bacterial plasmids, so it is present only on several plasmids. Therefore, the ones which has the F plasmid or the F positive plasmid, they are known as a male bacteria or a donor bacteria. And plasmids which have the the fertility factor also develops a special kind of pili which helps in conjugation. They can help to get attracted near recipient plasmids for replication purposes. And the next type of plasmid we are going to focus into is the R plasmid. And R is not for recipient, R stands for resistance. R plasmid gives resistance against antibiotics. They help bacteria to have resistance against many man-made antibiotics like penicillin, chlorophenol, sulfonamide, and terracyanide. They are man-made antibiotics to treat bacterial infections. Sometimes these bacteria can be disease-causing, and they can be treated with these antibiotics. But if a pathogenic bacteria which is R positive means resistant positive, that means that bacterial plasmid contains the R factor, and if that pathogenic bacteria is R positive, it is very difficult to be treated. Cold plasmid is a type of plasmid where it produces certain types of toxins in a bacteria known as colicins or bacteriocin. These types of colicin and bacteriocin are helpful in getting transferred into one bacteria to another bacteria. So all these types F, R and cold, all these three types of plasmids get transferred from one to another with the help of this colicin and bacteriocin. If you like this video, please like, comment and share, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Brainiac Learning is fun. And also do not forget to click the notification icon which looks like a bell. Please click that also, so you will never miss a single update from us. And next is also do not forget to subscribe to our sponsors, Haunted Kitchen. Their cooking is awesome and impressive. They daily come up with impressive recipes which are innovative and also delicious. Don't forget to subscribe to their channel too. Until we meet in another video, it's me Brainiac signing off. Thank you for watching and bye.